What's up, guys? This is Nick at Stridewise.com, where I look at men's boots and high-end casual fashion. I'm here at Naked and Famous headquarters, the headquarters of the most popular self-made denim company in the planet, with the founder of the company, Brandon Svarc, and the manager of this store, Garrett, last name redacted.
Hey guys.
How's it going? What we're doing here today, how are you guys doing? Doing good?
We're doing amazingly.
What we're doing here today, I came to the headquarters today. I've been looking around. It's just as much as the incredible Willy Wonka's chocolate factory of denim as you might imagine. And what I've come across is some really thick denim. And I want to do a video on the thickest denim that Naked and Famous has ever made, and the thickest denim that I'm pretty sure anyone's ever made. And it's not just 32 ounces. We have some thicker than 32 ounces we're gonna get into. But first, Garrett, I walked in the door and he was wearing these 32 ounce jeans that are just like incredibly worn in. These ones here are the ones with 1,000 wears, right? This is 1,000 wears of 32 ounce denim. So the crotch is completely blown out. So I guess my first question is, how do you make such thick denim? And why does no one else make such thick denim? I mean, some people make it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I mean, we make the jeans, the mill in Japan makes the denim, and we bring it in and we make it. And people like always ask me, why would you make the heaviest jeans? Like, they're not super comfortable or anything like that. But we make them because nobody else is going to make them. And we wanted to be the first to make production of the 32 ounce jeans, and we did. I just think it's amazing. I think it's like a marvel of creation. It's more than just making like tough guy jeans, but it also does work. Like, we have gotten emails back from motorcyclists who have worn these jeans and fallen off their motorcycle due to whatever. And they said, oh, yo, you saved my legs. You know, I had no road rash. My motorcycle went like 20 feet off that way and was demolished. And I slid like 40 feet in the other direction. And you know, I was okay. I had no road rash. But
Ironheart wishes they had those stories.
So he, you know, the guy actually sent us like a picture, but there was something sad happened when the paramedics came. I had kind of I thought I broke my leg or something, and so they had to cut the jeans off because they couldn't like get it off of me. But there was a happy ending, he said, because his insurance paid for the motorcycle and he still had his receipt, so they paid for him for a new pair of jeans, and we sent him a new pair of 30 ounce jeans. Happy ending.
Yeah, that's great. Garrett, you've worn them every day for 3 years. What's it like wearing such thick jeans? What are some obstacles you've encountered wearing these jeans?
To tell you the truth, it's actually not that bad.
Really?
It all depends, like, it's all relative, right? Like, everything's relative, so it depends what you're used to. As long as you get the right size and you fit the right fit, like these come in the weird guy fit, so as long as you're, you know, right size, right fit, and you're living in kind of the right environment, there's no problem. These ones in particular, you'll see they kind of have like a darker color, like more of a yellowy tint than the other ones, because I wore these these are about 1,000 wears plus no washes, one soak. And actually most of the time that I wore these, I was living in Hong Kong, which...
It's so hot in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it gets up to...
How are you wearing these?
It's kind of like... it's mind over matter, so you just kind of have to like focus your mind and just forget about your legs.
And the enormous amount of sweating and everything, it helps it to fade, right? Isn't that right?
Apparently, I don't know.
Oh no, it's the salt. I feel like I hear about guys like in Indonesia and Thailand, like they fade like really fast because they're just hammering them with sweat.
I think them being a little moist will help them move around, break in faster. We've not done the comparison. I would wonder, someone wearing it like, you know, in Canada for a year straight, someone wearing it in Thailand for a year straight, like, would they have the same fades?
Now, Garrett, you also I pointed out that there are some places where it looks like the jeans have torn and they've been fixed, but that's not what actually happened. Can you explain, when denim is this thick, sometimes there's this phenomena where it'll break?
So it's basically like cracking. That's how I describe it. And I always think the way I like tell it to people and the way I kind of understand it, Brandon, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like a differential in a car. So when you go around a corner, one wheel has to travel a farther distance than the inside wheel. Same with the fabric. When it's really thick, it has to bend around that corner, and the outside of that yarn or that fabric is traveling farther than the inside, so it kind of breaks open on the
Yeah,
creases.
in a certain way, because denim, this is 3x1 construction, so that means there's 3 warp yarns for every 1 weft. And they're not the same weight, the warp and the weft yarns. So because of that, you have already a bias towards the outside. And also to get, the reason that you get this like shaving over here is because the yarn is twisted. Like it's not just a straight thing. To make this, they take cotton fibers, they'll twist them together. So you have these layers. So basically if you picture like a big twisted, like thick rope that you would kind of like climb like when you were in gym class as a kid. As that starts to fray, it doesn't necessarily break through, it frays before it breaks. So if this is before breaking, that's why it's frayed like this, because it's the twist is coming off.
How long did it take to get these?
Maybe 6 months to a year.
So for context, ounces, we're talking about ounces per square yard of fabric. The average pair of jeans, like Levi's, whatever, is like 10 to 12 or so. This is 32 ounces, and there's one even heavier. So 32 ounces, that's about 3 times heavier than a regular pair of jeans. And this is the 40 ounce, currently unreleased pair of jeans from Naked and Famous. Yeah. Now, there are a lot of people, there are some companies, they'll argue that like, they've got the heaviest denim in the world because they've got like 32 and one might have 33 or 34, but this is arguably the heaviest jean in the world. This is inarguably the heaviest jean in the world.
Yeah,
40 ounces.
Yeah, I would say at the time that we made the 32, they were for sure the heaviest jean ever produced. It's like you can make like a car with a jet engine on the back and say it's the fastest car, but it's not the fastest produced car, it's not the fastest model. This we made, hundreds of pairs of and actually sold. So that's why we think that this one is the heaviest jean produced. Yeah. But this jean, we've only made one of so far. It's a prototype. We will put them into production, but right now at 40 ounces, I've never seen anyone do heavier.
And this is, Garrett, you're the one who's been wearing these in as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like really strong legs or like really beat up, destroyed legs? Like what is this doing to your body?
Probably the latter.
Garrett is a tough guy.
Yeah, it's all about determination. It's mind over matter. You just gotta like put your mind to it and tackle the challenge, right?
It's still 100% cotton. It's not made out of metal.
40 ounce. So what's the story of getting these jeans made?
So I mean, these ones are crazy. So we also have the exclusivity on the fabric, and the mill loves us. And I challenged the mill to make this. I wrote them like a quite impassioned letter and said like, we have to take it to the next level. We have to make sure that Japan always has the title of the heaviest fabric. And I wrote this directly to the president, and they went and found like a special machine, modified the machine, and modified the shuttle and everything just to create this fabric. It was really funny because they were having so much trouble making the fabric. There's so much adjustments have to be made, and they were really like not getting it. They were making like maybe 1 meter at a time. Then Beza and I went to visit the mill. And the day that we visited the mill, the machine started to work. And it was like as if it was some kind of piece of magic. They were shocked. And the machine worked and made like a full roll, made like 50 meters. And they were like shocked. They couldn't believe it. And it was the day that we showed up.
It was your will that made it happen.
I don't know. They have some kind of magic went on. We don't believe in nonsense stuff like that, but it was the best. It was the best coincidence that ever happened.
Garrett, what is the difference between wearing in the 40 ounce versus the 32 ounce?
Oh, it's huge. The 32 ounce, I'd say if you break them in normally, it's like a week, 2 weeks, and they're pretty comfortable. Like they're just like a thick sweatpant, basically. These ones, I would say they're still not fully broken in. Like it's a completely different beast. The fabric is just extremely rigid. If you compare this pair, so you can see you got like a lot of combs on the back here. On the 40 ounce, you basically get like one.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so thick.
Yeah, 32 ounces is still relatively.
But this is a lot of wears. If he wore this every day for quite some time, he would get more combs too.
But even
how many wears? How many wears have you had on this?
Probably 6 months ish, maybe. Yeah.
Not every day though.
Not every day.
Still.
I had to take a little bit of a break in the summertime because it was just destroying my legs.
It's certainly not for everyone, of course, and we would never claim that it's a jean for everyone, but for the fanatics who love heavyweight denim, I mean, this is the superlative. We love things that are superlatives. It's also the superlative patch.
Yeah, this patch is like an inch thick.
That's 30 ounces of leather. We took 2 15-ounce leather patches, which is already ridiculous on itself. That's what the 32-ounce jeans have, 15-ounce leather patch. And we took 2 of them and sewed it on by hand with sinew thread.
Which means sinew like from like the tendons and muscles of a animal.
It's from like deer tendon. We actually get them from native Canadian reserves, from Indigenous peoples' reserves. Our leather guy, visits them and has a great relationship and gives them really nice business, and we buy directly from them.
Unreal. 40-ounce denim. Whoops. From Naked and Famous, coming to your store sometime, maybe.
Yeah, we don't know when. It's impossible. People ask us, when are these coming out? When are these coming out? We don't know the answer ourselves.
Well, apparently you literally need magic to make the loom work.
I mean, these are made.
It's not sustainable.
I have the fabric. I have a few rolls. Now it's just a matter of sewing them together, which is a major effort. Like doing the waistband, doing the feet off here. There's a few parts of this jean that are a major challenge, and they're made slowly and they're made one at a time. So we're on it. We will make them. I mean, like I have to. This is part of the reason why I'm on this earth, is to make crazy shit like this. So yes, it's coming. I promise.
All right, cool. All right, we'll keep an eye out, and thanks for your time, guys.
Guaranteed uncomfortable or your money back. Power lift it.
Just toss it.